Recording in progress.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Yutes.
Okay, I'm getting there.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Today is Daf Yutes Maseches Sota. So we got to the new parak.
Okay, I'm getting there.
For the beginning of the third parak. Good morning, you guys. We're just about to start. Haya Noitel Es Minchasa. So it's actually a machlokes. I literally hit unmute. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm good. All right, sorry. So, all right, so Mishnah starts off. Haya Noitel Es Minchasa. Would take the mincha. Now, who would take? So as machlokes actually Rashi learns the Baal. The husband, he's the one who's naitel as minchasa miteich kfifa hamitzvus v'neisna asher klisharis. Who takes it from the kfifa mitzvus that she brought it in and placed it into the klisharis. Rashi learns that it's the Baal who can do it because it's kasher l'zar. It's not the actual offering. The other Taisus and others disagree. And the neisna ayada, and then it is placed in her hand. This is now back to the kohen, right? The neisna ayada lahanif. The kohen meniach yado mitachteha, and the kohen places his hand beneath her hand, umanifa, and they wave it. They wave it together. The kohen who's offering and the owner, the Baal or the Bala in this case, her waves it. The Higish, and they bring it to the Mizbeach, or he brings it to. She can't go in. The kohen meniach. And he takes the kamitza, the hiktir, and then he offers it. And the rest is eaten by the Kohen. Now, so he would go ahead and first she would drink, and afterwards would offer the mincha. No, first the mincha would be offered, and afterwards she would go ahead and drink. Shinamaz Baza says, and after she shall go ahead and drink. So it means after she offers, after the mincha's brought. So after first the mincha according to Rabbi Shimon, and then she drinks. And but if she drank first and then offered as minchasa, then ksher, then it is kasher. We'll soon see a three-way machlokes in our Gemara.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
And the last part, if they drink, does it go towards future after they threw in all the clauses in the
Yeah.
does it go on future or
Yes.
past?
Well, it goes on future with for sure in her marriage, and there's a question is if she remarries this husband, then we'll cover that marriage or not. That was the question of it. That was not answered, but their marriage definitely it does cover. Now, Rabbi Yeshia asked Rabbi Elazar to Rabbi Yeshia, who was of his generation. There were different ones of Rabbi Yeshia who were around when those who were much older. So he said to the one who was more his age, you can't, don't leave until basically you explain to me this matter. How do we know that a minchas saita requires waving? So the Gemara says, "Minalan behinif," or he says, "Minalan behinif ksiba." So it says over there, and he waves. So I understand your question. So no, it says the bailim minalan. How do we know that the bailim, i.e. the she along with the kohen, does it? So asa yad mishlamim. It's like zer shava from shlamim. See, it says it says over here. And then the kohen takes over the hand miyada isha. See, it says over there yadav tiviyana. It says over there by shlamim the yadav tiviyana. Ma kan kohen, just like over here, mentions this kohen specifically. Aflahalim kohen. So over there by shlamim it's a kohen. Ma lahalim b'bailim, just like over there by shlamim by regular shlamim it says the owners. Afkan bailim. Okay, it's maniach yada tachas yadei v'habailim. Therefore, the kohen places his hands underneath, and then they go ahead and wave. Fine. Next quote of the Mishnah. The Heini says Heini Vehigish Kamatz Vechule. So they wave it and they bring it to the Mizbeach and there's a Kamitza Hayamashka Vechakach Makavis Mechasa. Then the Kohen Rabbi Shimon says first she drinks and afterwards she offers the mincha. I hakra ha akrave. You already mentioned that it was offered, right? You said earlier. It says Menifa Henifa Higish Kamatz, right? V'hiktir Bashan Echel Kohanim Hayamashke V'Echak Hamachiv is Mechasa, and then she drinks, and then she. So what's going on here? So the Gemara says no Haki Kamar. Say to Menachas Keitzad Heiniv does the way from Higish Kamatz. Then he approaches back and does the kamitza v'hiktir, and then he offers it. V'ashar nechel kohanim, and the rest of it in kohanim. Uvahashka gufa pligi, and that which we mentioned, the drinking in itself is a machlokas as to the order. Rabbi Shimon Rabbanan, the Rabbanan savi mashka v'acharkach makri. The Rabbanan hold that first she drinks, and afterwards the mincha is brought. Rabbi Shimon savi makri is minchas v'acharkach mashka. And Rabbi Shimon says no. First she offers the mincha, and afterwards she drinks. Afterwards she'll drink. So no, after the carbon was brought, then she drinks.
This is all taking place in the Azara, is that correct?
This takes place where up to where she can go, right? Up to I guess the
How can you bring a mincha outside of the Azara?
No, you go.
In other words, she's brought.
She doesn't bring them in.
She doesn't.
They waive it, and then he brings it. Then the Kohen brings it to the mizbeach. Yeah, she doesn't offer it.
Okay,
No.
but where does he get it? Where is she standing?
Remember, he met her over there. He meets her up to the area where she can go. We had the whole thing
Where
before.
does she drink? Where does she?
She is in. She's in the Ezra Yisrael, but inside the Azara.
Why does she have to be inside the Azara?
Because how can you have something that you're going to be makrib?
Yeah. So you could be makdish something in your house and then bring
3
it.
seconds, back and forth.
So they go up to the part where she can go, then they wave it together, and then the Kohen goes ahead and takes it to the mizbeach.
She never gets into the.
And then, so if she drinks it, she drinks first, according to Reb Shimon, and afterwards she offered it, then her mincha is kshera. Now, let's see this order. Tan Rabbanan. So it's Tan Rabbanan, it says Vihishka. It says Vihishka, and he gives it. So we're soon going to dissect the psukim. So there's 3 psukim that mentions Vihishka. There's Chav Daled, Chav Vav, and Chav Zayin.
Where is this part? The Vehishka, and this is outside, it's not even in the Azara.
Right, she does have to be right. So it's Vihishka. So Matamalay Mar, but like Far Namar Vihishka already says it earlier. She nimchaka Megillah. So now it's Tavadal. She nimchaka Megillah. The Ameris, the Megillah was erased, and she says, "Eini shaisa. I'm not going to go ahead and drink it, but it was already erased." According to this brayso, Marina Sav Mashkin Sav Bakarcha. We force her to drink it because it was already erased. Rabbi Kiva, it's been in Rabbi Kiva. And Rabbi Shimon Aimer, no. It says v'achar yishka. It says v'achar yishka. Matam aleimar. Like for namar v'hishka. It already says v'hishka a couple psukim earlier. Eli achar leachar kol ma'asim kulon ha'omer lamala. After all the things I mentioned earlier, then she drinks. Which things? So magi gimel dvar makvin. The 3 things she has to do first. Makvin ba. Ad shalei karav kaimetz. First, she has to offer the kaimetz, or he has to the kaimetz is offered by the kohen. V'ad shalei nivcha megillah. Also, the Megillah, the parchment has to be completely erased. Right? And then also she has to be makabel upon herself all the shvuos. So it's sworn, it's erased, and the mincha is offered, then she drinks Kohen Rabbi Shimon. And where do we know some? Actually, Kara Kametz Rabbi Shimon Latami. Rabbi Shimon goes to Shitasa. The Amar Makriv as mincha sevachakak mashket v'achakak mashket. First she offers the mincha, or first the mincha is offered, and then she drinks. Actually, Nimcha Megillah. Ella, my mashkela. I understand if it's not erased, what was she drinking if you didn't erase it? How could she drink before it was erased? Obviously, you have to erase it in there. So Ravashi, no, the sharishu nikar. No, if it's still recognizable, it's a little faint, then it's not erased enough, right? That old commercial, not thick enough, right? Not thick enough, right? Not erased enough. And until she's makabel shvua. So I understand. So mishta delicious. So you tell me about it. She can drink. Mishta, she can't drink. But you can write it for her. No, you can write it. You have to write. You can't drink it. We said earlier that the Megillah Sota was written before the Shvua, right? You do anything, it doesn't work. So how could you say you can't drink if you didn't make the shvuah? You can't even write we said earlier, you can't even write the parchment, right? Until she is mekabel the shvuos. So Gemara says, no, because we're not, necessarily, it was just mentioned because it's a true statement, but really there's no chiddush. Now, but my kamiflagi, what is this machlokes about the order? Is the mincha first? Is the drinking first? So tlasa kraik sivi. There are 3 psukim written over there. Go back to the where it has the psukim. 3 psukim. It says ksivi v'hishka kama. It says v'hishka kama, which is pasuk b'midbar hey pasuk of Daled, right? As it says over there, v'hishka sa'ishas mea hamarim. So it says, and you make her drink. And then it says v'achar yishka, and then 2 psukim, or maybe the 2 psukim later, it says pasuk chavav. It says v'achar yishka, and then she will drink. So first it says she will drink, and then pasuk chavav it says, and then she will drink, and then next pasuk chav zayin. It says v'hishka basra. It says hishka one last time. So she drinks, and then she drinks, and she drinks.
No, she drink, give them, and get them in.
So it's
And then he drinks, according to here. She drinks.
yeah.
He takes them in, and then she drinks.
So she does right. So she drinks twice. You're saying what's going on here? Does she drink twice or not? What's going on? Or 3 times? Yeah. Let's see. There's 3 psukim. So classic kraik sivit v'hishka kama. The first hishka. V'achar yishka and v'hishka basa. So abundant savri v'hishka kama legufo. Which one is telling us the proper order? That's the first one. The first one always tells us what to do. It says v'hishka and you drink, and that is before the mincha, right? That is pasuk chav daled, and then chav hey is the mincha, right? So that's before the mincha.
And then Havzayin.
Shemashke. So it comes in for the pasuk. Shemashke v'achar kach machiv es minchasa. First she drinks, and then she offers the mincha in the order of psukim. I v'achar yishka. Right. So what is the next pasuk of achar yishka? And afterwards she shall drink. It means the bar leisher shimo nikar. It's not to teach you another halacha. It doesn't do with drinking. It's coming to teach you that if you recognize some of it, then it's not erased enough. All right. And then it says v'hishka bas in the last one. She'nimcha megillah v'emeres eni sheisa, that if it was erased and she says I'm not drinking, then we go ahead and force her to go ahead and drink. That is the Rabban. Rabbi Shimon, who argues about the order, he says, "V'achar yishke legufo." The pasuk which tells us the order is the middle one, where it says that afterwards, in other words, after the mincha, she will drink. So v'hishka kama. Shamakav is minchas v'echak mashka. V'hishka kama. The first hishka was coming to she hishka v'echak hikiv is minchas akshera. It tells that if she drank first and then to the mincha, then it's okay. And v'hishka bas, and the last one is she nimcha megillah. If it was erased, the amra and Yishaisa, she said, "I'm not going to go ahead and drink it." Then ma'arin oisa umashkin oisa b'akarcha. Then we go ahead and force her to go ahead and drink. So they both agree that after it was erased, she has to go ahead and drink.
One thing for sure is she had to drink after the mincha.
No, it's not for sure.
After the mincha.
No.
They take the mincha for her.
The Rabbanan argue. The Rabbanan say first. The Rabbanan say you drink first. If you did it out of order, it's so but the evidence that
She's still no. Oh, but
that's not how you understand psukim.
And then the husband is get the
That's
they takes that.
That's why we have Tarsha Sav, because the Rabbanan don't learn it like that. The Rabbanan say you drink first, and then you offer the mincha. Why does it say v'achar yishka? Why is it? It's to tell you that it has to be erased really well, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. Like you're saying, it says v'achar yishka, telling you to drink after the mincha. Rabbanan say no, you drink first. Why does it say it again? To teach you a different halacha. You have to erase the words good. You have to make sure that you can't. It's not legible at all. You can't discern it. That's the Rabbanan. Rabbi Shimon argues. Rabbi Shimon says, like you said, so the Rabbanan. Why don't they learn like why don't they learn like Yigal? The Rabbanan, like Rabbi Shimon. So it says, but the first time it says Hishka, it's not going to be for another halacha. The first time it says V'hishka, it has to be for the halacha of drinking. In other words, drinking comes first, the pasuk chav dalet, and then pasuk chav hey is the mincha. V'saver Rabbi Kiva mashkenai sabakarcha. Now Rabbi Kiva says we make a drink bakarcha. V'atani when Rabbi Yehuda kalvus shel barza matilin seichbia. They put like a little metal rod right in her mouth. She Megillah that if it was a race, and she says I'm not going to drink. We force her to do it. Now, Amar Rabbi Kiva, and that Rabbi Kiva says, "Klum anut tzrichin el levaika." I don't understand. What's your guys' problem? What's the whole point of drinking? To see whether she's guilty or not. If she says I'm not drinking, it means I'm guilty.
Right.
So what's your problem? But she's basically saying she's pleading guilty. What do you want from her?
We want her to do it.
Yeah. So Ella actually So before the kaimetz is offered, she can go ahead and be chayzer. Once the kaimetz is offered, then you can't go ahead and be chayzer. So God says, I understand. Your whole in itself is a stira. So you're telling me once you offer the kaimetz, she can't go back at it. You just said right? You just said she can't go ahead and do it.
So the korban, that's a point. The korban is really what connects between the first drinking.
Still, there's only one drinking. There's only one drinking. You only drink once.
But after she gets the korban, it's irreversible. She has to drink.
So let's see. That's what we're thinking right now. So the Gemara says loy kash. It's not a kash. How could the hadra ba machmas risisa risisa? Vok mahadra ba machmas biusa. If she's chayzer, right, and she's very distraught and nervous, then we don't listen to her. If she does it with Briusa, if she does it, she's a full sound mind, and she says, I'm not drinking, then we listen to her. This is how you understand it. Call machmas Briusa, if she says in a sound state of mind, so klal shasis, right? No, if she says it, then she doesn't drink. Even if she's sound mind, even if it's after the korban. Right? Let's see. All right, after the mincha, right? Machmas risisa. If it's because of fear, actually because then either because the Megillah was never raised, inami or imcha Megillah, or even if it was a race, the shaloi b'din of kohanim. That let's say it was a race, and we don't, and therefore, and therefore it wasn't proper that the kohanim erased it. Matzi hadraba. Then she's still able to be chayzer. However, mishakarva kaimates. But once the kaimates is done,
right?
Dividin of it kohanim. It was proper that the kohanim went ahead and erased it, and it was offered loy matzi hadraba. She can't go ahead and be chayzer. So the Gemara says,
after the first drink,
so
she may psychologically freak out and admit.
So let's see. So Kashi to Rabbi Kiva. So Amar, so it's a kasha in between the two brises. One case he says you could stop it even after the after the mincha. That one says you can't stop it at all. So kasha to Rabbi Kiva. So Hastam Amar mechika ma'akva, right? Over there it says it is ma'akev. Amar kaimetz ma'akev. Over here it says that it's the kaimetz. And once the kaimetz is offered, then you got to drink. So the Gemara answers straight tonight. Leave it to Rabbi Kiva. Two different tonight. Leave it to Rabbi Kiva. One says that once it's erased, you can't go back, and the other one says no. Once it's offered, then you can't go back. And just we'll get to the Mishnah real quick. She says, I'm not drinking, and she's of sound mind. The Chazra of Yama Shasa. She says, you know what? I'm going to drink it. Shaisani. Mahu. What's the there? Kaven the Amra Eini Shaisa. When she says, I'm not going to drink it, basically she's saying Tmeani Kamra. She's saying I'm guilty. The Kaven the Ishzik Nafsha the Tuma. And once she's basically, we know that her to be a sinner, then she can't be chayzer. Once she says, I'll drink, right? Once we see her that she changed her mind, she's not really of sound mind, right? She's saying, so therefore that really she's fearful. So take it, the Gemara does not answer. And finally, Amravu, the Shmuel, you got to put a little bit, sour, something bitter in the water. My time, in other words, the bitter waters, in other words, the waters have to already be bitter. So whatever causes stuff to be bitter, you got to place that in the water first. All right, we'll stop here at the Mishnah. Yeah.